Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Katie Asko from Dublin, Ireland, and these are your latest headlines from around the world. In Ukraine, the head of the Greek Catholic Church has decried what he terms the new idolatry of violence and suggests that prayer and international cooperation are the only weapons with which it can be tackled. Major Archbishop Shevchuk, who heads the largest Oriental Catholic Church, told pontifical charity Aid to the Church in Need that every day at 8 p.m. local time, Ukrainian Catholics gather to pray the rosary for peace. The power of prayer to foster peace was also stressed by Apostolic Nuncio to Ukraine Archbishop Kulbokas, who said prayer can change human hearts and the course of the world. Although the Greek Church has been praying for peace for the past 8 years, he said the prayers have intensified lately. Meanwhile, the US has dismissed Russian claims of removing some troops from the Ukrainian border, adding that Moscow has dispatched another 7,000 soldiers in recent days. In the US, the Senate of the state of Arizona has voted to outlaw abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. In a 16-13 party line vote on Tuesday, February 15th, the Republican-led Senate passed the proposal. As per the bill, any medical official will be imprisoned for a year, and their medical license will be called off if they provide an abortion after this limit. Mirroring the Mississippi Gestational Age Act, Arizona's bill does not provide exceptions even in cases of rape or incest, emphasizing that all lives are sacred. Sponsor of the bill, Senator Nancy Barto, said, quote, "The baby inside of a woman is a separate life and needs to be protected." The vote in the state comes as the U.S. Supreme Court is expected to deliver a verdict in the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization lawsuit, which could overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling of 1973, which legalized abortion on a federal level in the U.S. US-based organization Samaritans Purse has dispatched an aircraft to civil war-torn Ethiopia with more than 13 tons of life-saving medical supplies. On Tuesday, February 15th, the DC-8 cargo aircraft of Samaritans Purse took off from Greensboro, North Carolina, with medicines, machines for anesthesia, X-ray and ultrasound, as well as an operating table, beds and IV supplies. This is the fifth emergency aid aircraft of Samaritans Purse to reach Ethiopia since the conflict intensified in 2021. The aid is being sent at the request of the Ethiopian Ministry of Health. Samaritans Purse, the non-denominational evangelical Christian organization, also operates a mobile medical unit in the country and a food program in 8 schools within the conflict zone, helping at least 1,600 children. Sending the most recent medical aid, Franklin Graham, president of Samaritans Purse, said that they are airlifting these desperately needed supplies to save lives and let the Ethiopian people know that God loves them. Pope Francis has called the murder of Congolese friar Father Richard Masivi Kasereka an unjustifiable and deplorable act of violence. The Holy Father remembered the priest from the Democratic Republic of Congo during his Wednesday general audience. Greeting the religious of the Order of Clerics Regular Minor, to which the deceased priest belonged, the Pope urged them and the Christian community of the country not to be discouraged by the terrible violence. Despite the difficulties, he asked them to imitate the example of Jesus, the Good Shepherd, and be heralds and witnesses of the goodness of brotherhood. On February 2nd, members of a Uganda-based Islamic terrorist group killed the 36-year-old priest while he was returning from Kanyabonga after celebrating Holy Mass in commemoration of the Day of the Religious. The Philippines gears up for another general election. Priests of the Archdiocese of Manila have made a penitential walk on Thursday, February 17th, praying that voters diligently choose the new president, vice president, 300 lawmakers, and roughly 18,000 local government officials. Priests from the suffragan diocese of the Archdiocese also took part in the penitential walk, along with nuns and male religious. February 17th was chosen as the day for the walk, as it is the 150th anniversary of the killing of 3 priests, Fathers Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, who were framed in 1872 by Spanish colonial rulers on false allegations. Almost 67.5 million Filipinos will be invited to vote on May 9th this year. Also in the Philippines, Archbishop Socrates Villegas has exhorted Filipino believers to observe the upcoming Lenten season with a reparation rosary to atone for the sins of the nation, which has departed from Catholic values. The prelate said that as the bitter fruits of sin are strangling the nation, the rosary is to be prayed publicly in all churches from Ash Wednesday, March 2nd until Holy Wednesday on April 13th. He also urged families to restore the practice of saying the rosary together and appealed to Catholics to pray the rosary in the workplace. As part of the initiative, reparation adoration will be conducted from Easter Monday on April 18th to May 8th, the eve of the general elections. Archbishop Villegas said that the Blessed Sacrament will be exposed for an hour in parish churches, chapels and pastoral stations. He also urged believers to kneel in silent adoration and atone for personal sins and national sins. Bishops in Italy have hailed the decision of the Constitutional Court on Tuesday, February 15th, to reject a petition that calls for a referendum on legalizing euthanasia in the country. The bishop said in a statement that the court decision is a reminder for society to support all efforts that help in overcoming or alleviating suffering or discomfort, adding that more attention should be given to people living in fragile or vulnerable conditions. They echoed Pope Francis's words during his February 9th general audience, in which he said that, quote, "Life is a right, not death, which must be accepted, not administered." The proposed referendum called for repealing a particular clause in a 1930 law which would remove the penalties for those who assist in euthanasia of the terminally ill. The court rejected the petition as unadmissible, although its promoters had garnered 1.2 million signatures. Acknowledging the remarkable role of the Catholic Church in Zambia, the president of the country, Hakainde Hichilema, expressed his gratitude for the work of the Church in the southern African nation. The Zambian head of state said that the Church is a beacon of hope and a barometer of the nation's conscience after meeting with Archbishop Gianfranco Gallone, the Apostolic Nuncio for Zambia and Malawi. In a Facebook message posted on Tuesday, February 15th, following the meeting with the Nuncio, the president also added that plans are underway to visit Pope Francis in Rome. President Hichilema praised Catholics for their contributions to nation building through education, healthcare, social welfare, and the promotion of democracy in the country. He further added that the citizens are grateful for the compassionate assistance by the Church. The Zambia Statistics Agency estimates that 95.5% of the country's population is Christian, 75% identify as Protestant, and 20% as Roman Catholic. Those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow and visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.